Welcome to Personal Finance with Darcy. It's so excited to have you here with me, Wealth Builders. It's so exciting. Okay, so today I'm going to go through a variety of different apps in terms of how you can access it and then which one overall I think is better. So just to give you a heads up, I definitely have my preference for one because I think you can get everything and more in just one app. It's by far my favorite app and nobody else can mess with it. Nobody else can mess with it. I'm just saying, like, you better not come for this app because if you do, you're coming for me and I am going to have a problem with it. And so we're definitely going to get into all of that and more. And yeah, I'm going to go into just how to access your credit score information for free and which one is better over the other ones. Don't forget to like and subscribe as I am putting money in your pocket. Okay, so let's jump into it. As you can see, my credit limit is $2,900. I honestly don't have a really high credit limit on this card, and so yes, and I currently have a gas and restaurant card with this one. So again, there are a bunch of different credit card companies that will give you different scores. Like there will be CreditWise or there will be FICO. You should use FICO because over 90% of lenders use your FICO score. So my FICO score went down about 4 points this month. And so it was for a variety of different reasons. And so unfortunately, I feel like what my FICO score on the Discover doesn't do a great job is actually explaining why it went down. It just blames length of credit. But really, it doesn't go into really the revolving utilization. And so yes, my revolving utilization for the month of December was 5%, but some of them, one of my cards went over the 10% credit utilization, and so that's what really, I believe, took a hit. So if you're just looking at what Discover has here, you're just like, oh, it must just be length of credit, when there's a lot more behind the scenes that unfortunately Discover doesn't show you. And that's personally why I really, really prefer Mint as the best. Overall, I just love Mint, but I love Mint even more because it does thoroughly give a breakdown of what your credit card score is and what are some of the factors that influence it within each of the 5 main categories. And so going into Mint, I'll just go to my credit score. And what's really nice about it is that it does give you the credit score. Oh, wow, 748. Okay, so whoa, so yeah, it definitely looks like my credit score dropped more. Yeah, so yeah, it looks like it dropped more than I was expecting. And so yeah, it just goes into more details. So I have 100% on time, credit usage went up. And so definitely your credit usage has a huge impact. You saw how Discover said 5% revolving utilization versus, actually this one says 7%. And I actually think that Mint is more accurate in that it really breaks down based off my cards what my percentage usage was. And so that's really important. And as you see, I have one credit card that's over 10%. And that was just on my part. I paid for a bill even though it was already set on auto payment. And so because of the holiday, it just went through twice. And so now it's affecting my credit, unfortunately. And so I just didn't know, as it relates to car insurance, that I didn't have to opt in for a new year. And that's what was included on the paperwork. And so I was a little confused by that. And because of that, I have to pay the price and I have a higher credit utilization here. And so that's just really unfortunate. Yeah. My credit card score, or according to Mint, and they get their information from TransUnion, which is one of their credit bureaus, and so it says it went down even further, which is what I was not expecting. And so instead of Discover actually gives you the length of your credit, your longest credit history. What Mint gives you is the average age of your credit, and so this gives a more holistic picture of my overall credit, because I don't really have a really long credit history because I haven't had a credit card for a while. And so that's just very, very unfortunate that is currently what's there. And so Discover shows, or my FICO score shows 0 inquiries, whereas the Mint one actually shows 2. So TransUnion still keeps track of 2 years from when you got an inquiry. It keeps track of the 2 years versus on your FICO score, it just shows in the past year how many hard inquiries you had. But I am surprised that the credit usage, I should just keep my credit usage low. And so that's just unfortunate that it happened this month, and that's why it shows that my score has decreased. So here it is. And so definitely I think that Mint overall just does a better job of breaking down your actual credit score versus Discover. And so I would highly recommend that you actually look at Mint. I would actually suggest you look at Mint for your credit score breakdown. And so those are 2 of the free options, Discover and Mint. And then if you go to my FICO score, you can actually pay for it, but I highly wouldn't recommend paying for it. As you see, there's the basic, advanced, the premier package, and then you can look at all of the different things that they offer. But traditionally speaking, I think that in terms of protection and security, Discover far outweighs anybody else in terms of just notifying you if your social or anything is used. So I highly recommend getting a Discover card if it's just for those security protections. And so definitely recommend that. And I would not recommend paying for any of these My FICO options and just really using the free ones offered. And the best one I feel like is Mint, in my opinion, in terms of just the overall breakdown of your credit score. So I cannot wait to see you next time. I hope this was helpful, and peace. Stay building. Bye.